Okay, folks, away we go. This is episode 1044. This is Blind Magic in Alice Springs, and I am your host, Murray Stewart. Myself and my brother were the first. We're identical twins, and we are both totally blind, and we were the first vision-impaired people to be integrated into the New South Wales mainstream education system. Yes, we and our parents fought for many years to achieve that goal. And wow, do I have so many stories about what happened way back then. But what it has done for me is it cemented my very, very firm belief that the key to a good society, a strong society, an accepting society is integration. And the reverse applies to segregationist policies. And so I turn my attentions to Alice Springs and its troubles. I've said, and I've been very, very honest about the fact that Alice Springs is currently in the middle of a great challenge, a challenge to win back peace and tranquility in what otherwise is a magnificent town. And one of the major issues in Alice Springs is and has been caused as a result of segregation. Dotted around our town, is town camps. Yeah, town camps, where effectively only Aboriginal people live. This is wrong. It's wrong yesterday, and it's wrong today, and it's wrong every day of the week. I can remember when I was president of the Alice Springs Athletics Club, a member of one of the local councils here that whose constituents are Aboriginal people came to me and asked me, when do the Aboriginal kids compete? And I said to him with great clarity that they compete on a Sunday. They can compete on a Sunday with every other child in the club. And they kept at me about the fact that, but when do the Aboriginals compete? And I had to repeat again and again that there is no segregationist policy in the Alice Springs Athletics Club, that everyone competes at the same time, at the same day, at the same complex. And this segregationist policy has carried on through many of the institutions in Alice Springs. I mean, just look up the phone book. There are so many councils and programs that are dedicated solely to Aboriginal people only. Yes, operating in their own little segregationist silos. There are even sporting clubs, as I said, that are solely Aboriginal focused. And this is the number one thing that needs to be solved in Alice Springs if we are able to cure our ills. If we have any hope of curing our ills. Segregation must stop now. Let me give you an example. If I'm walking down the street and I'm being attacked by a bunch of Aboriginal youths, what's going to stop that attack? The attack will stop if I'm known to the Aboriginal folk, or if my children are known to the Aboriginal folk. It'll be a case of, hey, leave him alone. I play soccer with his son, etc., etc. That's how it works, folks. But if you don't know someone, you don't have to care about someone. If you've never, ever fraternized with someone, as I said, You don't have to respect them. You don't have to know them. You don't have to care about them. No. And this has led to what has occurred on our streets in Alice Springs. Blissful ignorance. We've just got to start getting to know everybody in this town. Those camps should be disbanded. They should. They should be gazetted like any other area of Alice Springs. Yes, it should. And there should be freedom of movement of all folks between one place in Alice Springs and another. And that includes the outlying communities. This is Central Australia. This is Australia. There is no Aboriginal Australia or non-Aboriginal Australia. There's just one Australia. And as I said, segregation breeds contempt. And it breeds an atmosphere whereby violence can be prevalent because you don't have to care about someone that you've never met. It has to stop. It absolutely has to stop. And I go back to the time when I was a child, and I can remember the first day at a mainstream educational institution that we had fought for so long, and my brother and I were forced to spend lunch together away from all of the other children. Well, that didn't last long. The second day, my brother and I decided to make a break for it and get out of the segregationist environment, burst out into the world, and there we were, mucking around with all of the other kids. Yes, we had finally broken that glass wall. We'd busted it down. We were absolutely determined to be considered as an equal along with all of our other peers. And did it come with a price? Yes, it did. Because people like us, vision-impaired people, had never been witnessed before or experienced by our sighted peers. So yes, we were picked on and we were bullied. It was unmerciful, no doubt about it. But I still believe that the price we paid was so worth it. And I know that our sacrifice has paid dividends for every person with a disability, not only in New South Wales, but also right across Australia. So when you do see a vision-impaired person out in society now, or a person with a disability, I go back to those heady days when we busted down that wall, when we crashed through the barriers, and when we decided to make a break, to not just make a difference, but to make a statement that we were not going to tolerate being segregated away from society. And that's what has to happen here in Central Australia. As I said, there is no Aboriginal Central Australia or Aboriginal Australia. We are all one people. And the way we can move forward together and to get along is to get to know one another. Segregation must stop now. Full stop. End of story. This has been episode 1000, and I'm turning to my producer. Where are we, Heather?
1044.
1044. This has been episode 1044, a Blind Magic Communications production.